Today's show features meat, movies, and women, so there's pretty much no way in hell you won't like it. First up, competitive eater Eric Badlands Booker will take on television's biggest burger. Then, if you think he can't deliver, you're oh so wrong. Chris Gore once again brings us the DVD goods with TV Tuesday. And finally, our very own televised MySpace catfight. We call it our MySpace Girl of the Week. But now it's time for the program that says, yes, you do look fat in that dress. It's Attack of the Show.
La pasión, tú y yo, y el amor ya se acabó.
Pick up on this.
Hello there, boys and girls. Welcome to Attack of the Show. I'm Kevin Pereira.
I'm Sarah Lane.
You are,
I
Sarah.
sure am.
How
You know,
doing?
Kevin, I have kind of a confession to make.
Oh, let's hear it.
I almost missed you yesterday while we were off for President's Day.
That's almost sweet of you.
Thanks.
Seriously,
Yeah.
we were halfway to the sweet point.
Yeah, I did miss you, though, and I was thinking about you all day. So, what did you do? Anything interesting? Anything exciting? What's President's Day?
For President's Day.
Yeah.
No,
No?
No, not really. I celebrated the way most Americans do. You know, just your average, pretty much your run-of-the-mill President's Day.
Really? You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure why.
No reason. Guys, why don't you roll the clip?
What?
President's Day. For many, just another day off of work, filled with picnics and used car sales. But it is a day filled with history. History that is slowly being forgotten. I'm Clark Baxter, here in front of the White House. For the past 200 years, the Daughters of the American Revolution have held a solemn ceremony here. A candlelight reading of all the presidents, in order of their administrations.
What's up, everybody? Happy President's Day, bitches.
Steeped in tradition, this ceremony has not been without controversy. Of course, the 1924 Calvin Coolidge incident comes to mind.
That's right. I'm so effing bombed right now off this stuff.
Bomb, he's got a bomb,
Is
get him!
that- No bomb! No, oh, God! Oh, God!
Or the time Andrew Jackson had the Secret Service open fire on the ladies,
Not the face!
confusing them for a band of wily assassins.
Oh, God!
Yeah. Just your average, run-of-the-mill kind of President's Day, huh, Kev? Yeah?
Yo, that. Look, folks, if it's a crime to be drunk on bourbon and high on black tar heroin and crammed into my sister's Daisy Dukes in front of the White House, then you know what? Lock me up. Lock me up and throw away the key.
Actually, they did. They did lock you up, Kevin. You spent the night in jail.
I did actually. It's funny you should mention that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom, for the bail bond. Look, can we switch subjects now?
Please.
Did you have a good President's Day?
I really did.
Awesome. I spent the remainder of my President's Day searching the internet for cool and interesting websites. I found one
That
that I wanted to
doesn't
share.
sound like you.
No, it's entirely me. I swear. I swear.
All right.
Completely genuine. The
Let's
site is called,
have it.
The site is called cockeyed.com.
Cockeyed.
Yes. .com.
Huh.
They have a visual chart of people's various heights and weights. So essentially what they're trying to do is collect people that are, ranging from 90 pounds and like 4 feet tall all the way to like 380 pounds and, 8 feet tall.
The whole gamut. The whole spectrum,
The
if
whole
you will.
schlemazel, as it were. So, for example, this guy is 6'1", 160 pounds.
Ah.
Not bad,
He
right?
looks a little more than 160 pounds, I gotta be honest.
Well, thick pants.
Well, we
Baggy
have
pants.
to assume people are playing fair.
I hope they are, yeah. And there's no real way to verify this, but he was very proud of his keyboard, so that was cool. It was a cast.
He looked like he was having a good time.
Yeah. Now, this guy is the largest on the site, coming in at 6 feet tall, 260 pounds.
6'8". I
Oh,
think
6
he
foot
is.
8. I'm sorry. Yeah, 6 feet. It's not all that impressive, actually.
that guy's bigger than
Yeah.
6 foot.
No, he's 6'8", and he towers over everybody else's cubes, apparently.
He's also must be very old.
I would think so.
Clothes,
Still rocks the
clothes
afro,
from
though.
a long time ago.
Oh, come
Clothes
on.
from another era.
He was dressing up, Sarah.
He's a good
He
guy.
fooled you, though.
I sure did.
Here's the tiniest person on the site. She's 4'11",
Oh, I love girls like that.
Wait,
they make me
oh.
feel tall.
190 pounds.
190
pounds. I should have said tiny.
190.
But,
My God.
yeah. More power to her.
Wow.
You go, honey.
Hey.
And finally, here's our submission. We sent one in, John Walsh. We love him to death. He's a writer on the show. 6'4", 260 pounds. But he did want me to mention that he's working out, so don't judge him, ladies.
No, he's a good guy.
Don't
good guy.
judge him. Did you notice he was holding the old AOT sign in that photo?
I did.
The
Was it
AOTS.
to prove that he's part of us?
It is. It is. There it is right there. And it's
Part of the tribe.
We want to kind of virally infect this site. So everybody go to the site, find a square. Hopefully, your height and weight are a square that hasn't been taken yet.
Mm-hmm.
So snap a photo of yourself holding an AOTS sign, fill out the old chart, and send it in.
Yeah, and if one of them's taken, don't eat dinner and do the 5 pounds less.
Exactly. do the show prep, as Sarah calls it. Just, let it go.
Feeling great.
Be good to go.
Time for show. You know what else is great, Kevin, is, we've been talking about the movie A Scanner Darkly, kind of keeping tabs on it.
I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, Philip K. Dick novel, inspired movie, starring Woody Harrelson, Winona Ryder, Keanu Reeves.
Richard Linklater directed. And the movie was shot live action, animated over, so it's got a very unique look. Now the new trailer's out, and we wanted to show everybody at home in case you haven't seen it, so take a look.
It may just be my imagination. Whatever it is that's watching, it's not human.
Gentlemen, you are about to witness for approximately 61 cents the perfect homemade silencer.
That sure is some silencer.
Just drive over to my place, kick back, get some tequila.
They're in my hair, on my skin. They're all over the place.
This is a world getting progressively worse. Can we not agree on that? What's on the dessert menu?
Damage has taken place to the normally dominant left hemisphere, and the right hemisphere is attempting to compensate.
Two hemispheres of my brain are competing?
Yes.
I could be murdered.
How'd I get here?
I tip my hat to any entity that could bring so much integrity to evil.
What if they come in through the back door or the bathroom window like that infamous Beatles song?
Just sacrifice someone without them ever knowing it.
What does a scanner see? Into the head? Into the heart? Does it see into me? Clearly? Or darkly?
This is awe-inspiring stuff.
Whoa.
You can't say that doesn't look cool and unique and refreshing
Looks
and
awesome.
creative.
But,
yeah, I'm excited.
we kind of drifted off during it going like, wow, it's really pretty, but are they talking? I'm sorry, wait, are they talking? Is there a plot going on
All
here?
I can do is look at the way his beard sort of looks. And
How expressionless Keanu is even when animated. You really got to soak that in first and then watch it again for the plot.
yeah, I think it's a two watching kind of a thing. Watch it once for the visuals, do what you got to do to get yourself in the mood for pretty visuals.
I don't know what that would mean.
I don't either, but
popcorn
whatever
and
it is
milk
that you
duds,
would
apparently.
do. Yeah.
And then watch it again for the plot.
Yeah.
All right, we are closing out today's show in the usual fashion. Nothing crazy here, kids. Get in the chat questions early so that way we can think of funny answers. Email us through our web form at attackoftheshow.com/askus or chat with us in our IRC chat room at chat.g4tv.com. I was typing that. You couldn't see the keyword.
No, I got it. That was good.
I do have a question for you, though, Sarah.
Okay.
Who is that on my love sack? Wrong, it's over there.
Oh.
And it's Heather, our new MySpace Girl of the Week. Heather! Woo! What's going on, little Miss MySpace?
Not much. Just chatting.
Yeah, anything in particular?
Nothing. You guys will find out later.
Oh.
Sounds like
She's
Heather's
teasing.
got a little secret.
Heather has a big secret. She's in a lot of trouble and will be punished thoroughly, and I will explain why.
Does she deserve a spanking?
All
Am I
right,
going too
good
far?
one.
Is that
No,
weird?
no, you're good. You're good with the keyboard nonetheless. Heather's going to be chatting it up with our viewers live, so show off your conversation skills, guys, or at least your typing skills.
I like that.
Conversation. It
Conversation
happens.
skills.
I'm very skilled in the conversation. Coming up after the break, gastrointestinal wonder Eric Badlands Booker is here to show us what a professional eater is made of. Stick around.
Attack of the show, baby. Attack. Attack of the show.
Not all athletes have to shun carbs and run around on tracks to be champions. Case in point, professional eater Eric Badlands Booker. Mr. Badlands, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, man.
Oh, man.
I have to run down some stats here real quick for the folks at home. 15 burritos in 8 minutes.
Oh,
that was you.
Yep.
That was you. 2 pounds of chocolate candy bars in 6 minutes.
Yeah, man.
That was also you. 4 pounds of corned beef hash in under 2 minutes, and 49 glazed donuts in 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, you can.
How do you train for something like this? How do you do this?
Basically, you need 4 things. You need capacity, strategy, focused mind, and a good amount of stamina.
Now, the capacity, I understand. The stamina, I get. Focused mind, obviously. I have to be. I'm intense when I eat.
Right.
But the strategy there's actual strategy when it comes to eating.
Yeah. Basically, if I was going for a burrito contest, like in a week, I would take like about 2 burritos, from the place if I can get them.
Mm-hmm.
Basically just have an interrogation session. Mind meld with them, be like, what's the quickest way to eat you? Try several, techniques, and then go for it.
So when you're doing these competitions, so you get the rules ahead of time, like there will be utensils involved,
right?
Chopsticks for a sushi eating contest, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
All right. So you can't just always rely on being able to just paw it into your mouth and gum it down as quickly as possible.
Hey, you gotta be able to maneuver the different utensils and use the hands that the utensils that God gave you.
Now, we've had eating competitions. My friends and I will get a bucket of chicken, throw it on the table, and just say, go. Loser takes a shot, so everybody's covered in vomit. It's a great time. But there's an actual organization for this stuff.
That's
IFOCE?
Right. It's National Federation of Competitive Eating. That's the governing body that sanctions all stomach-centric sports worldwide.
Stomach-centric sports.
Yes, sir.
I love it. This is something on the Ocho, or no? This is everywhere. These competitions are on ESPN.
Oh, yeah. ESPN, we've been on several shows like, Carson Daly, Kimmel, Leno,
I'm
all
sorry, who
over.
are they? Really? Come on now. Once it's arrived on Attack of the Show, you've really made it.
Yeah, G4, that's where it's at.
Now, there's a bit of a war going on. I don't know if you're aware of this, but there is a war, as far as I'm concerned, in the competitive eating world, and I don't mean to sensationalize. There's a bit of a Japanese threat, Eric.
Yeah, it's like what you're going to do when the guy next to you is about 5'2" and his name is Takaru.
Mm-hmm.
We all are trying to just get this man, Nathan's is Super Bowl of competitive eating. He ate 50 hot dogs, we're not phased. There's, eaters like me, Eater X, Joey Chestnut, Sonia Thomas, we all, and a lot of others, we're all going to go and just try to get them.
Do you guys have like trading cards or napkins? You sound like a superhero squad when you rattle off the names like this.
Yeah, it's like, you can get a whole bunch of that stuff on IFOC.com. I also have CDs, Hungry and Focused, competitive eating hip hop if you're into that.
Now that's the thing. This is competitive eating themed hip hop. This will get you going for a competitive eating contest, or
yeah.
Should we be listening to this at our iPods when we're trying to shed the pounds at the gym, or is this to get us excited for lunchtime?
You do both.
Oh, so it works both ways.
Yes, sir.
So you're not worried about the Japanese threat?
No. It's like I just gotta take care of business, get in the trenches, stay hungry and focused, get the training down, and 4th of July, just bring it all to the table.
Now, how do you feel the next day after a competition? Because that's, we always see, the eating competition goes down, you guys are done, the mouths are full, the arms raised, and you get a little post-fight interview with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We never get to see you the day after, and I gotta imagine, not a pretty sight.
Well, I've been doing this a while, I'm a professional, so, it's like, I'm pretty much fine the day after, but I remember when I first started, I was a little queasy, but, it's all good.
Well, we have a special challenge for you today, if you don't mind.
Okay.
We'd like to take it on. A little bit of an exhibition. Now, I know that Kobayashi, he's what, 5'2", yada,
he's like,
yada?
Yeah, 5'7", like 140 pounds.
Yeah, see, I look at the saltine cracker the wrong way and I feel fat. It's the television in me, so I'm not taking you on, but we have a special challenger for you.
Okay.
First of all, let's bring out the food. The famous 100 by 100. Actually, I think this is 100 by 200. This is 100 patties from In-N-Out, separated by 2 slices of cheese.
Awesome.
In between each one. Now, these are popular on the internets these days, so we figured we'd throw one on the table for you. And Badlands, we've got a real good challenger for you, all right?
Okay.
Brendan, come on out. This is Brendan Hermes, the Attack of the Show production coordinator. Let's hear it for him. No, nothing but hate.
Whoa, okay.
Can I get a stare down or something instead? This not quite a weigh-in, but all right.
No, you're going down, man, all right?
Okay, Badlands, you intimidated me there. Relax. Brendan, you're an athlete. You're actually going to try and take him down. Like, you're not kidding.
I'm going to try and beat him. Yeah.
We're going to go for this. All right, this is dangerous, folks, so do not try it at home, please. We even have a licensed EMT on site in case Brendan gets a little choked up on the old double-double. All right, per IFOCE guidelines, everything is ready. We're all good to go. Brendan and Badlands are going to power eat hamburgers for a whole minute. Brendan, how far do you think you're getting? Call it out now.
Maybe 1 or 2.
All right.
No, maybe 15.
Lofty goal. 15. Going for 15. Badlands, how far in?
I might get quartered down.
All right, quarter down. Have you stretched? Is there any prep? Are we good to go?
Oh, we're good to go.
All right, we're good to go.
Karate Kid soundtracks.
Let's get a listen to He Can Be All That He Can Be. We got 60 seconds on the clock. Gentlemen, get ready. 1, 2, 3, eat! Okay, both employing a similar tactic here. A couple bites of 2 patties at once. Those are a little rare on the inside, by the way. A little pink in the meat area. Brendan normally likes the pink meat, but today looks like he's getting a little choked up. Come on, Brendan, keep pace here. Badlands, unfazed, swallowing down, not a problem. A little backwash in the glass. I'm selling it on eBay. Brendan's very choked up here. Brendan, do you need me to hand you 2 more patties, buddy? Brendan needs 2 more patties. Brendan, here we go. Burping up a little bit. Here's another chunk for you right there, Brendan. Here we go. Badlands, coughing up a bit. I saw a no-look pass to the trash bin on one of the patties there. But we're going to go. There's still some paper on the outside of the burger, and Brendan is plowing through it. 20 seconds left. Badlands. Doing all right, buddy? Okay, very good. Raises the glass. Brendan, keep going, buddy. This isn't a drinking competition. You're eating meat. Let's go. He's hunched over. Brendan's trains for triathlons, and this is sad. 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2... That's it. We're timed. We are done. Badlands. Wait at that. Well, now wait a minute. Now this is interesting here. This is interesting, Badlands. I know. Take your time there. And the last seconds of an eating competition, it's whoever can stuff the most in their mouth and kind of keep it in there. That's the hamster style, the technique there. Brendan, I don't know. Badlands is contesting, but let me see. I think even with the extra stuffing, Badlands got you beat there, Brendan. Good try, though, buddy. Good try. Make sure you swallow all that down. You're not allowed to spit. All right. That's good, too. Everybody, check out Badlands' website at badlandsbooker.com, and you can find out more than you can swallow about competitive eating at ifoce.com. That's attractive. Badlands, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. Well done, my friend. Well done. We've binged, but now it's time to purge. DV Tuesday is up next, and so is a report from the wilds of the International Toy Fair. So, purge quickly, Brendan. Purge away.
Guests on Attack of the Show receive eye dogs. Little dog, big sound.
Before those action figures adorn your desk or get locked away in your little special mint condition freezer, they first see the light of day at the International Toy Fair in New York. In fact, I braved the snow, a blizzard if you will, for this Volkswagen Road Report straight from the Big Apple. The American International Toy Fair is the largest toy show in the Western Hemisphere. It boasts over 1,500 manufacturers, importers, and distributors representing over 30 countries. And the best part of it is it's 18 and older, so no snot-nosed little kids tugging at your pant leg telling you what they want. If you're a fan of comics, DST's got you covered. What do you have coming up, Mike?
We have everything from Spider-Man to Hulk to Thor. We've got a new line of busts, a 6-piece diorama of the Sinister Six, which also comes with Spider-Man. And we have full-size Marvel Milestone statues of guys like Doctor Strange, Iron Man, Kraven, you name it, we got it.
What's up, Toy Fair?
I was just attacked by a robot-controlled insect.
Insect is a robotic attack feature. It's actually part of our new Science of Experimental Combat Technology segment. What this guy's designed to do is really terrorize little sisters all over the world.
Woo! Yeah! Get them!
So we invented the Pogo Stick in 1918. We're SBI Enterprises. We reinvented it in 2001 with our first model Flybar. That is the 1200. And then at today's Toy Fair, we're giving people the first view of the Flybar 800.
But you guys have taken the Pogo Stick to new heights.
I'm
sorry, did you catch the pun?
I'm sorry, yeah. It's awesome.
One of the coolest things coming up from DST is their line of X3 toys. They're on display back here. Wait until you see the Hugh Jackman.
Can't do it.
What's the latest in marshmallow weaponry or technology?
Well, we have 2 new products this year. This is our blaster. It shoots the big marshmallows. It's a pump action, single shot. It'll shoot about 50 feet.
Oh! So now, is every single vendor around you getting frustrated with all the marshmallows launching?
Yeah, they're dodging us like crazy.
You come to Monkey Business Sports for
cool, fun toys to get up off the couch. We have lots of cool stuff. Primarily everything's foam-based, but there's a lot of high action. It's kind of the stuff that makes kids feel like they're empowered and be able to do stuff. We have a whole line of skyrockets. They're all based on the same kind of principle. And the way they work is you have your launcher that hooks over the hook, crank it back, and hit the roof of jaw. That's every single time.
Well, that about wraps it up for the 2006 American International Toy Fair. Well, if you'll excuse me, I sadly have to go back to my day job in adulthood where I make a lot of money playing video games for a living. Yeah.
Just wait till next year's Toy Fair when we show off the Attack of the Show Trivial Pursuit Edition. Seriously, the answer to everything is jerk ass. So there's your little piece of pie. You look uninformed, but don't worry. The Feed is up next, and Brenda Miranda is running scared with Paul Walker. So stay tuned.
Welcome back to Attack of the Show. The show that's so live, it's almost frightening. Coming up, the stunningly coiffed Chris Gore will bring his DVD picks of the week. Plus, we'll check in with Heather, our MySpace girl. And you best not forget about Live Music Thursday, presented by Dentine Ice. Raise your goblet of rock to Valiant Thor. Now, here's a little advice from a friend. Don't get mixed up with the mob, especially if you're Paul Walker. It just doesn't seem to work out for him in Running Scared. See for yourself.
This guy is having a bad day.
They find the gun, or they find the kid and he talks, I'm dead.
Paul Walker's character, Joey Gazelle, needs to find a gun, or he's a dead man.
It feels to me like, okay, this must have happened to somebody at night, you know, and then they embellished it, you know, they made it bigger, they made it a little bit worse, they threw in a little bit here, a little salt and pepper, there's some rainbow sprinkles over there.
His wife Teresa, his kid, and his kid's buddy all get dragged into a night of madness.
The movie kind of goes in a lot of left turns, you know, it kind of gets weird.
It's different, it's very unique, it's bold, it's bizarre, that's the way, it's just this wonderful, this uneasy hybrid world of like brutal reality, grim, despicable, psychotic, disgusting reality, and then this wonderful, fanciful, whimsical, colorful, fairy tale-like quality to it.
Running Scared is a slice of life from the seedier side of Jersey. It's got hookers, pimps, and Russian gangsters.
Your accent in the film really impressed me.
I grew up in Jersey. I'm a Jersey girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What part?
Do I not seem it?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I grew up in the ghetto of New Jersey.
I'm scared, Joe. I am pissed at you, and I am scared. Equal measures.
And fans of the old ultraviolence will not be disappointed.
It's a good popcorn movie. That is, if you're not squeamish, blood doesn't bother you, popcorn's great.
Right.
But if you got a problem with blood,
a large cherry coke or something like that.
Popcorn's not so good, man.
Wayne Kramer, if he sets out to give you an action thriller crime drama, he's going to give it to you. He's not going to shy away from giving to you what lives in his head. It's just very rich and terrifying.
You're getting pretty good at learning how to, you know, hold a gun in cool ways. But is there any trick to make it look cool?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I grew up with a gun in my hand. My father was a 1979 world speed shooting champion. Every movie that you see me in, I have a Colt 1911.
You do?
I always pick up a Colt 1911.
Really?
You notice when I go to the closet, it's a Colt 1911.
No kidding?
I love it when people go, oh yeah, did you learn this? Or you look really good at that. And I'm like, well yeah, because I was brought up doing that stuff, so.
You scared yet? You will be. Running Scared opens this Friday. Hey, Sarah, how about some feed?
Wow, how can I ignore such a sweet request? Here you go. Look, I promise that one day our weekly box office report will include cool movies that you actually care about. I swear. Just not today. Now, coming in at number one with $19.8 million was Eight Below, a movie that answered the question, can a dog emote more convincingly than Paul Walker? Swimming in that movie's wake was the rom-com parody Date Movie, which pulled in $19 million. And for the record, 10.3 million people stayed home to watch The Italian Job on FX for the 19th time. I was actually one of those people. Better movies are coming, so hang in there, everybody. Now, iTunes is giving TV fans a sneak peek at the upcoming series Conviction several weeks before it airs. How does it work, you ask? Well, the series, which is produced by Law & Order creator Dick Wolf, follows a group of young lawyers as they object and sustain and generally do lawyer types of things. But you can get the premiere episode for free on iTunes today. The series debuts on March 3rd. iTunes will also be offering each subsequent episode for $1.99 once the series is up and running. That was not a Freudian slip. I'm sure it's not awful at all. Now, former movie star Ving Rhames has signed on to star in the upcoming Aquaman TV series. His character is believed to be a kindly lighthouse keeper who mentors young Aquaman. Once again, Ving Rhames, kindly lighthouse keeper. Yeah. Recently, financial buzzkillers Merrill Lynch speculated that the release of Sony's PlayStation 3 would be delayed until 2007. Merrill Lynch analyst Joe Osha published a report saying that the PS3 would launch in Japan in autumn and then in the U.S. sometime in early 2007. Sony spokesman Kai Sakaguchi has said this is completely false, and the company still plans to release the console this spring. In related news, rumor has it that Sony is planning a smaller version of the PS3 that will have an additional 8 gigs of flash memory. So, for those of you who held out, congratulations. Now, reclusive rock star Axl Rose apparently knows a few things that we don't, like eyebrows are useless, and that copies of Chinese democracy will be considered currency in the post-apocalyptic future. When told that a club he wanted to get into was closing for the night, Rose allegedly bribed the owners, saying he'd let them listen to the long-anticipated Guns N' Roses album. He produced the CD, and the party continued. Go figure. And finally, Yahoo seems to be saying, hey, why should Danish newspapers be the only ones getting firebombed? TheRegister.com is reporting that the web service has banned the word Allah from email subject lines and usernames. They do, however, allow the word God to be used. So Yahoo doesn't stop there. You can't type the Muslim name for God, but you can type Messiah for the end of the world emails. You can use Jesus or Jesus. Jehovah, also good to go. You can use Buddha all you want. Satan, absolutely no problem there. Now, priest will go through without a hassle, and of course, so will pedophile, because those two terms go hand in tiny child's hand. All right, now what's up with some headlines, huh? The Office creator Ricky Gervais to charge a subscription fee for his podcast. Steven Spielberg promises to make Indiana Jones 4 his next project. Google officially denies the government's request to hand over user information. In-dash navigation systems found to cause accidents. Nintendo plans on releasing a third version of the DS. And that, my friends, is the feed. If you would bust your own tables, I'd appreciate it.
Now, when we come back, we'll spend some quality time with Heather from MySpace. And Chris Score tries to see if his super-powered ability to find DVDs will score him a spot on the Ultimate Avengers.
The feed is brought to you by Volkswagen. On the road of life, there are passengers and there are drivers.
What a girl wants, what a girl needs, is some DVD Tuesday with Chris Gore. Hi, Chris.
Hey, what's happening?
Not much. How about you?
Watch some
chilling?
DVDs.
Yeah?
You know, yeah.
Good President's Day?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was doing this. all day. And then I switched and I did this for the rest of the day. That's my mouse.
You know what? Why don't we just get to the DVDs?
Let's get to the
Kinda
DVDs.
Getting a little, yeah. All right, let's start off with one, Keira Knightley's Domino.
Okay, now, Domino Harvey was a real person.
Yes.
She was a bounty hunter and...
Former model.
And a former model, yeah. So,
interesting story.
Yeah, true story, directed by Tony Scott. The script was written by Richard Kelly, of course, did Donnie Darko. This movie, it's one of those things, I saw this film in the theater, and it was one of those things where the visual style is so frenetic, it's like, after a while you feel like a fluorescent light has been beamed into your brain for about 90 minutes. It really is kind of grating, that visual style. And, you know, it's some of it strangely incoherent, cut very quickly, which of course you expect from Tony Scott. So I'm not a big fan of the film, number one. As for the special features, though, there's 2 commentary tracks which are great with Tony Scott and Richard Kelly talking, and one where they actually record their internal writing sessions where they're talking about the film. Really interesting. And there's a bunch of behind the scenes that are included on the disc. But I'll tell you, for my money, that commentary really saves a film that I was not particularly enthusiastic about. Hearing him talk about in detail about how they were going to translate this story.
Sometimes commentaries can do that. You start to like the people who made the film that you didn't end up liking, and you kind of think, well, I see where you were going with that.
Right. Didn't love the movie, but I really loved getting an inside look at the process. So, for my money, this is a rent.
All right.
Definitely worth checking out, but not going to be on my shelf permanently.
All right. So, Domino's a rent. Fair enough. Moving on now to Ultimate Avengers.
Okay.
Let's talk about that.
A lot of geeks like me who like the superhero genre. We're looking forward to this thing. Of course, based on the Ultimate Avengers comic book, which I have. And I have to admit, I've never read the comic book, but I've looked at it because the visuals are so stunning. This is where the film falls short. The story is actually very adult. And the voice acting is phenomenal. You know, in the cast, you've got guys like Mark
Looks kind of
Hamill.
He-Man-esque, though.
That's the thing. It's like, you know, the comic book was just so visually rich. I mean, it looked and felt real. This sort of, there's some of it actually looks pretty amazing, and then you've got others where it just makes this cheap Saturday morning. I almost would have preferred the way they did the old 60s Marvel cartoons, where they would actually animate Jack Kirby's original drawings out of the comic book with limited animation.
Animation can be very distracting if it doesn't seem to fit what you always imagined it being.
Yeah, but the story is so good. Really, I mean, it feels like a real movie. There really is an attempt to build a franchise because, of course, they're promoting Ultimate Avengers 2 on the DVD. A lot of behind the scenes on the voice actors. And then they have not a commentary track, but they have a text commentary that actually pop-ups with little factoids about the characters, and that's what about the characters in the story. That's what I loved most about this, was it really stayed true to the original characters.
So it sounds like it may not be the best movie in the world, but there's some good points.
Good points to it. I mean, and in fact, they've talked about, it really shows you that Captain America could have a movie all on his own, and they've talked about there's supposed to be a Captain America movie in 2009. That's what Avi Arad, the executive producer of all the Marvel movies, has said. But
so with all of this, what's
again,
your bottom line?
It's a rent. It's a rent. It's definitely worth checking out, especially for geeks like me that like the comic book stuff.
Hey, you're being honest.
I'm being honest.
You don't want people to buy something that's only a rental.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Worth seeing.
And moving on now, Action, the complete series, uncut and unbleeped. It's actually called that.
Yes,
Uncut,
exactly. Because when this originally aired on Fox, where they would change the time constantly, which is why no one ever saw it, there was a lot of swearing in this. It's based on the producer Joel Silver and his actual misadventures in Hollywood, and
Bailey from Party 5 is in it.
Yeah, that's true. There's lots of cameos in it. You know,
I mean, come on.
Jay Moore. There's actually ends up being a sex tape with Sandra Bullock, and Sandra Bullock plays herself in the movie.
Go Sandra.
Yeah, so it's if you missed this series when it was originally on TV, there's a few behind the scenes and commentary on a couple of the episodes. If you missed this, it's amazing. I mean, it's one of those things you could watch the episodes over and over because they're just hilarious.
And it's the kind of show that most people didn't see because they didn't have a chance to it. So is it a?
It's a buy.
Yay!
For me, it's a buy.
All right,
2
good.
discs, all the episodes. Fantastic, great way to see the series.
Action, the complete series. You haven't seen it, so see it now. Chris, before we wrap things up, you're already going back behind the monitor, as you do.
Got my quick pick for this week, which is a DVD magazine called Wolfen, which is actually a combination of the word whale and dolphin. Don't let the pretension fool you. This thing is amazing collection of short films. Spike Jonze documentary on Al Gore, that's fantastic. A short film with John C. Reilly that's funny, and then another short where a guy does Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven backwards.
Can people get this at any of the regular avenues?
Yeah, this thing is great. I hope we get into more depth with this on a future AOTS.
Wolfen.
Yes.
Thanks, Chris.
Wolfen. Great.
Chris, as always, great to have you.
Great. Thanks for having me.
See you next week.
I'll be here.
Visit filmthreat.com or chrisgore.com or both if you have like a huge, gigantic crush on him, want to have like 500 of his babies. I know you do. Now, are you man enough to stick around after the break? Oh, don't give me that I have a uterus excuse. Such a wimp. We visit with Heather, the MySpace girl, right after this.
next Attack of the Show, writer/director Patrick Reed Johnson will show off his trip down Star Wars nostalgia lane, 52577. Plus, we'll damn you all to hell as we reveal your user-created Office Jesus impersonations. And finally, the real Laura Croft stops by with the creators of the new Xbox 360 title, Tomb Raider Legend. Try to control yourself. All that on the next Attack of the Show. And joining us from the great beyond is the PC junkie and elite hacker, Heather, the current Attack of the Show MySpace Girl of the Week. Heather, thanks for coming on the show.
What's up?
We got two or three guys out there. Love the MySpace Girl of the Week. It's interesting. I went to bed one night. I watch the poll all the time. I'm constantly monitoring it.
Yeah.
I want to know what's up. It was like Dawn had a 80-something% or whatever. You were hovering around 20 or so. I come up the next morning. All of a sudden, man, like a dark horse coming from behind, you had almost 100% of the vote. And not only is that mathematically impossible, it just seems improbable. And I'm wondering, do you have any idea why this might be, Heather?
Yeah, well, we came up with a little exploit for it, and it's pretty ingenious, actually. So
a little exploit, a little exploit.
Yeah.
What was your exploit, Heather?
Well, you guys didn't have much to counterattack it, but basically it's just a little HTML code, and it submits my my vote by 4 times, and then each of those frames submits another 4 times, so it just multiplies by 4 over and over and over and over again. So I was told it got about 70,000 votes or so.
Yeah, so what you're saying is you cheated and hacked our poll to come on the show.
Well, somewhat, yeah. It's kind of fair game.
Good for you.
Well,
Good for you.
It's fair game.
No, any other contest in the world you might get disqualified, but here on Attack of the Show, that makes you hot.
Oh, okay.
It's like, oh, wow, you're a hacker. That's great.
Yeah.
Where did you get the skills required for this?
I don't know. I took it. It was pretty easy, honestly. I don't consider myself a hacker, but I mean, you guys didn't have anything in place to stop us.
No. And we have a little competition for you as well. I don't know if you've heard of Christina.
I haven't. I just did about 20 minutes ago. So.
Well, Christina's out there, and she seems to think that you should be resigned as the current Attack of the Show MySpace girl.
That's cool.
So let's have a little peek at your contender, Christina, and see what she has to say about herself.
All right.
Hi, my name is Christina. I'm the next contender for the MySpace Girl of the Week. I go to UC Riverside, and this is my apartment. Let's go check it out. Up here is everywhere I'd rather be than the Inland Empire. This is where I spend almost all of my time. If I'm not in class, I'm on my computer. It's everything. I'm working on Black and White too. This is my city. Black and White's all about being God, so I'm allowed to do godly things like so. Die. So now all these people are gonna burn. The other cool part about this game is you get a creature. You can beat him up, you can treat him nicely. He's actually my warrior. I saw the other girls and I'm like, oh, they're cool and all, but I think I'm a little more well-rounded. Like, I mean, I'm studying, I'm pretty much a nerd. Yeah, I play video games, but I like to party. So, I don't know, that 24-year-old didn't look like she partied too hard. I mean, what with Batman and all, whatever. Right, we got a P4, it's a 2.8 gigahertz, yeah, a little bit ghetto, but you know what? My computer can handle the stuff I play, I love this, and I don't need, like, a $3,000 computer, Heather. This is a very important book. This is my homebrewing for dummies. I want to start a homebrew. My major is biochemical engineering, so wish me luck with that. Welcome to the Organic Chemistry Labs. This is not for the noobs, and this is where I do my business. Yeah. All right, so here we're taking some ethanol, pouring it into a centrifuge tube. Very sloppily, I don't recommend that. Things can actually burn you just by touching them. Oh, that's not good. You gotta be kind of smart about what you're touching, what you're doing. This is on, right? Wow, I hope that's how it's supposed to sound. That's how it works. That's some good ice. Good.
Wow, getting called out.
I know.
Not only can she apparently make meth, but she says she does not need a fancy computer.
I know, she's in Riverside. So.
Heather, your response?
Well, I already beat Black and White 2. I'd like to see a couple more games that she's playing. So.
Oh!
And I didn't use a trainer. That game doesn't have any cheats, so I played it all the way through.
Oh, little trash. I love nerd trash talk. God, that's hot. Yeah. Heather, thanks for coming on. Congrats on hacking the poll.
I know.
That's very, very well done.
You may want to keep it open again.
Well, it's a good thing you mentioned that. Be sure to check out Heather and Christina's profiles, and don't forget that potential MySpace contestants can contact us at attackoftheshow.com or via our MySpace page at myspace.com/attackoftheshow. But here's the deal. You need to head to our site to vote for our MySpace Girl winner and her challenger, and the poll will not be hackable this week. I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry. We've secured. Everybody else, stay put. Emails, chat questions, it's all good, and it's all next. Stick around.
You're watching G4, the #1 podcasted network in America.
Wall-to-wall game reviews.
Always expect the unexpected. Go to iTunes or G4TV.com for details.
We know you'll do pretty much anything to get yourself on TV. When I say anything, I mean it. So we want to do something for you. Send us your pictures, fill up our Attack of the Show Mo blog, and maybe you'll see yourself, your roommate, or a blood relative on this very show. Email your photos to aotsmob@gmail.com.
Now, a couple of today's chatters, we have the old IRC chat room.
Yes.
We check in on it from time to time.
We sure do.
Today's chatters are going to get signed copies of Eric Badlands Booker's CDs right here. It's Hungry and Focused. There you have it. This is actually the Hungry and Focused 2. This is the sequel.
I believe I have the first one.
You do have the first
original
edition.
Hungry and Focused.
These are great. So let's see what's going on in the old IRC chat room.
Let's. All right, first question from Penguins Are My Friends. Hey, Kevin, were those President's Day pants a little snug? I think he means underpants.
Yeah, they
Do you
were.
want to elaborate any more on that day?
Not on the day.
What was going through your...
Not a lot was really going through my head, to be honest. I was just trying to make her cute, and it got out of hand. She left the bar, and I stumbled in front of the White House.
It makes a
But
lot
you
more
were
sense.
wearing those shorts.
Thank you for clearing
the
that
moment
up.
you got up, you put the shorts on.
Oh, yeah, the shorts. The shorts are totally normal. Cool. It was the American flag that was like, why am I wearing that? That's ridiculous. That looked kind of silly.
All right, well,
No, I
thanks for
didn't
clearing that up, Kev. Next question from Sunbun. How many pounds of meat does it take to clog a colon?
I get asked that weekly. And
Not much, surprisingly.
Depends on whose colon
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah. And what type of meat, obviously.
Good point, Kevin.
Do colons come in a variety of sizes, I wonder, like people do?
Various shapes and colors.
Yes.
Really?
Brendan, what's yours?
I'm a medium, 33.
Short and stubby colon, or sort of long and
No,
lean?
it's long.
Can we,
it's like a chode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thanks to our guests, Eric Badlands Booker, Chris Gore, and MySpace Girl Heather. And Carrot Top, and
And
Steven Seagal.
your colon.